Didn't we already do a video on boats and ships? Hello, welcome to the Battling Barrow. I'm Kev, and this is another terrain craft video. And yes, I did make a ship earlier on in the year. It was a big sort of sailing ship, but I need more boats and ships for the module I'm running. I need little rowboats. I need sort of more of a keelboat, yacht, sort of medieval yacht keelboat type thing. And I also need a catamaran as well. So yeah, this is all about making different types of boats, all nice, quick and easy. So let's get on with it. So for this project I'm going to make some rowboats, and I'm going to base them on the rowboat I got from Reaper. If you don't have this, it's not too big deal. It's about 3 inches long and about 2 inches wide, and just draw a rowboat shape here. I'm going to trace around. Then I'm going to take this XPS foam to where this is foam core or without any card on, but you can use XPS or anything. I'm just going to take it to my hot wire cutter and cut them out. I'm making a load of these. Going to come in and just put in a plank pattern, just for now some straight lines, vertical lines, and then some horizontal lines for the planks. Once that's done, a brush, wire brush, just to put some wood grain texture into it. Cut some on some chipboard. I'm going to put some plank pattern in, and doing it much the same way we've just done, but on cardboard. I'm going to do a load of this all ready to make the boat sides. I'm then going to cut out sort of 1/2 inch pieces of this, and measure it out and cut these out. Also, I'm going to do a little back bit. For me, I just trace around the back of the ship. You might have to do a little bit, sort of work it out yourself by putting it on the base and just getting the shape right. Cutting it out and putting in a texture onto it. And now it's just a case of sort of working out how much of the strip I need, marking it off and cutting it down to size. Do is just sort of curve over the end so it matches my card, and then I'm just going to glue that all in using some hot glue. Feel free to use other glue, of course. For this I thought it was the best glue to use because it's quite instant. Super glue just has a habit of melting foam, so I didn't use that, as this seemed the next best solution. Then on the inside I'm going to cut out sort of planks, work out the angles I need so they fit nicely, and just put 2 or 3 sort of planks just to add a bit of detail to the insides. At the front I'm just going to take a long thin bit of chipboard and glue that vertically to the front to act as a bit of interest on the front of the boat. It's not going to be this long. I am of course going to cut it down to size. On the front I'm going to glue a little iron ring, because these boats were designed really for use for War Rafts of Kron, and these were going to be Triton boats being pulled by giant seahorses and giant fish and the like, and this is where the rings would be pushed into. But even without that, it's just a nice bit of detail. Okay, painting is just a burnt umber undercoat. Feel free to add any Mod Podge in if you like that kind of thing. Really, the paint itself for this, it protects it enough. I am then going to use this coat to arms horse tone rowing to do a dry brush to weather the boat. And once it's done, I'm going to use this water effects from Woodland Scenics. This is about 1 billion years old. I mean, it's so old. This shop that I used to love, the Signal Box, it's not even there now. Model Railway Shop. It was there for all my childhood, and then about 10 years ago it closed down. So, you know, shop's been gone 10 years, so it's a bit goopy. It took me, you can see here I'm having difficulty getting out, but I do persevere and use that and to get some nice water effects, and we'll be doing this on all of the boats. I say all the boats because now with this done we are going to make the keelboat. Now I'm not going to go into too much detail about the keelboat because it's pretty much a bigger version of what we just made and the boat I made earlier on in the year. I'm just going to eyeball a shape and I've got a size in mind, and going to eyeball it, work it out, tidy it up and cut it out. For the sides though, I don't want to use card, I want to use foams to make it thicker. Now this cheap foam I bought is incredibly good for this kind of thing, but it doesn't have any paper, it bends really nice, so I'm just going to bend it over to get its shape, and you can see it creases, but that doesn't matter, that just adds to it. And I'm just going to use this to get the size, and I'm going to draw a shape onto it how I want the sides to be, because this is going to have a bit of a cabin on the back. I'm using Hugo here to get the size of the cabin. He's now a nautical man. I imagine that is naval rations he's carrying there. I'm just going to work out how big I want the cabin to be. Excuse me, Hugo. Perfect. And I'm also going to use him to work out the height of the sides of the boat. And that's the shape I come up with. It's got a little back bit there for a bit of detail. I'm going to cut this out and I'm going to use it to trace round to make the other side. I've already textured this with the wood plank texture. I've textured the base as well, and now I'm just going to glue these sides on again with hot glue. This is where evolution let me down. I needed 4 arms. Why don't we have 4 arms? Someone's going to get a letter of complaint. This was rather tricky, but I did it, and hopefully you can see how I did it here. It's just a case of pulled in there. I need another arm there for the middle. 2 more arms would be lovely. Just going to trim off a bit of excess where I didn't quite get the dimensions right. But it's not too sad because you can just trim it off. Better to have too much than too little. Now for the back, I want a removable cabin floor or ceiling. So I'm just going to glue the back bit in, and I'm going to glue the back bit here in. You'll notice there's no bottom bit yet because that will be the floor, which we'll do in a moment. I am going to glue in the front wall. This is quite tricky because I had doing it via hot glue and I was gluing it in place. I've put a door in, I engraved a door in and put a bit of detail in there. I'm not going to go over that because it's not very exciting or important, but yeah, put a door in there. And that's the cabin done. Just need to do the floor. That of course is just going to be made from a bit of chipboard that is cut to size, and I shall engrave some patterns on. Now I can do a bit of detail work, just something in the front here. The mast, I'm going for the same technique I did before, where it's a bit of dowel glued to a round base, and I am not doing any detail work with the sails or anything because that will just get in the way of the players. The one thing I may go back to and add to this, and my other one I made, is add a bit of rope around it, just add something there. I'll probably show you that at some point in the future. And now we're just going to add some bits and pieces in for stairs. Again, not going to cover this. This is done. I covered this in the bigger ship build I did. Same technique, just bits of chipboard being glued together to form some stairs. Painting time, it's painted in exactly the same way. For this being a bit bigger, I did do Mod Podging. I felt the little rowboats didn't really need it, whereas this I felt did. For this though, I dry brushed some snake bite leather over it because I wanted to have this more, I don't don't know, this sort of colour boat. It just seemed nautical for me for this big sailboat. Likewise, this got some of the goopy water effects added onto it, and I went back and added it onto the previous boat I built. And with that, it's done. We can have a look at them. As I said, the only thing I want to do is add a bit of rope to the sail mast. But yeah, let's have a look at them. Take this time to say thanks for watching, thanks for sticking with me this channel. It means a lot. Until the next video, guys, stay safe, take care.